What's good, internet? My name is attackslug. Welcome back to WWE 2K15 on the PS5 in 2021, because why the heck not? Yesterday, beat Ryback for no reason, but Ric Flair has been challenging me to defeat tag teams, so let's see if that continues today on the program. Shall we? Guess what? I just talked to my good old buddy, Triple H, and he signed you on to fight your favorite tag team of all time. So, Batista and Randy Orton. On one condition, though. You gotta prove to him you are worthy of this match. Tonight, you must get 4 stars or higher. Who is the match against? The Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Bella. Pretty sure if I go for 2 finishers, then I will get that 4-star rating. That's the plan, and welcome to a fine Tuesday on the program. Obviously, Raw was last night, but there are things to discuss before that happened in the world of professional wrestling. Number 1, being that it is almost 20 years to the day, as the very last Nitro was March 26th of 01, right? Almost 20 years after the end of the Monday Night War. We have the official confirmation announcement of the end of the Wednesday night scuffle, the Wednesday night altercation, whatever you want to call it, officially NXT moving to Tuesday. So the whole, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Well, the marathon is over because NXT back down. They're going to Tuesdays. And again, this whole NBC deal with Peacock and everything else, I get it. Like, they're making big moves on that end, and obviously hockey is a concern there for USA on Wednesday nights. So I understand why, but man, they look like they backed down from that whole thing. And they made $1 billion on that deal with Peacock, so of course. Like, you take the billion over any meager ratings war. It wasn't really a war, because in a war, you'd have a lot of talent going back and forth between shows, and you'd have, most importantly, the ratings on both shows rising, which we saw really wasn't the case over the course of the past year and change of those 2 shows going head-to-head. It was kind of the same 1.3-ish million viewers every week, and that was whatever. And a lot of folks will say that, man, NXT was better when it was still on the network and only 1 hour long. So their kind of whole plan here to kind of stunt the growth of AEW didn't really work out for them in the end. So yeah, after Mania, April the 13th is the first NXT on a Tuesday evening. So that's the news officially confirmed after weeks and weeks of rumors of that happening. Also, Sheamus putting in a great fight here. Like, I am legit shocked at just how good Sheamus has been here in this matchup. But it has to be 4 stars. So we're going for that 4 stars. We need it, Sheamus. Boom! Now, can I hit the top rope? Oh, come back. Yeah, he whiffed it. He whiffed it. No, too fast. Yep, the clothesline. But no, more importantly, I wanted to hit that top rope finisher, which I don't think works. Sheamus still has the comeback. He just won't stay down. Stay down, Sheamus. Stay down. Now, beyond that huge NXT announcement this morning, we have the fact that we also had RVD announced for the Hall of Fame officially also confirmed. So that was a big rumor there for a little bit, and now it is factual. And Sheamus hitting that Celtic cross, the high cross, and now attackslug had a comeback, but where'd it... Bruh! Please tell me that was a 4-star match. Ric Flair didn't say I had to win that match. I can't believe Sheamus just beat me. Wow. Don't discount the Celtic Warrior with that. Man, I'd seen my flashing comeback and didn't even give it to me. He legit just reversed my finish and then put me down. Put me down. Razor's Edge. Like, holy crap. Please tell me that was 4 stars. Because I had not lost in quite some time. And if I didn't hit 4 stars in that match, it's going to be a damn shame. What I'm saying. Bella.
Perhaps the biggest in his life.
there it was. That was 3.5 stars. I've failed you, Ric Flair. I've failed you. If that was me in my prime, I would have knocked you clean out your socks. I hate to say this, but I was wrong about you. I'm going to talk to Triple H and make sure you don't fight at this month's pay-per-view. So I've failed my goal. I've failed the challenge. I've failed the storyline. And it now does not continue. First time for everything here on this channel. Sheamus ruined it. He spoiled it. Triple H's boy Sheamus screwed me on that. Woo! Really? Adding insult to injury there, Nate? That was your tweet? And then Vicky says, yeah, no. Nothing. Nothing. Well, no, I don't want to fight him. So we're fighting the Big Show. Because I guess I'm not going to fight a pay-per-view. So what's the point of doing the matches for that? So, okay. AEW's own Paul White, the Big Nasty. The Big Show is in the building. Wearing a vest for reasons. Anyhow, we did have that Andrade interview with Hugo Savinovich. And it was all in Spanish because, you know. And some tidbits there. Number one, he was making $3 million a year and turned that down and bailed on that, and which says, man, he wants to wrestle. Like, all the money in the world is great, but if you're just sitting in catering, making that money, and you're like, man, but this is my life. This is what I do. This is my dream, and I'm not doing it sitting in catering, then yeah. You made your cash, and then you bail, because there are greener pastures elsewhere to ply your craft, as they say. Also, the fact that apparently Charlotte was pulled from some stuff there because her testing, you know, the usual WWE drug tests, indicated that she was pregnant. And she's like, but I'm not? That was weird. But also, more fuel on the fire from the Saudi situation. That was indeed, according to him, a hostage situation, which was downplayed at the time, and man, that was kind of a big deal. And they have not been back there since, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, pandemic, so anyhow. So, Raw from last night. The Hurt Business has officially imploded and are no longer. Cedric and Shelton kicked out for failing the almighty Bobby Lashley. You hate to see it, because that was a dominant group there for a hot second. Like, a cool faction that I enjoyed, and they're already making them do nothing here and imploding. So, yeah, there was that. So, Sheamus fought Riddle, non-title. Sheamus beats Riddle like he beat me, and then now that is a match for WrestleMania for that U.S. title. Which, yeah, alright, I'm just surprised that one of the mid-card belts is not going to be a multi-man match on a ladder or something at Mania. That's usually what they do for those shows. Also, Riddle's entrance here, when he does the flip-flops, now has fluttering birds because, you know, the move to Peacock and $1 billion can buy you a lot of birds in CGI. I don't know, man. It was dumb, lame, I don't know. Also, no Joe on commentary. Not sure where he was, but he was not there this evening on commentary. So, alright. We had instead MVP, who was, again, really good on the mic. Why do they keep letting Lashley talk? He's clearly not great at it. That's the whole reason to give him a mouthpiece is to not have him talk. And they keep having him talk. And I'm like, I don't understand. This was the whole point of MVP, to not have Lashley talk, but he keeps getting on the mic and not being great at it. I don't know. Now then, Big Show, nah. World's largest slug sploder. Sorry, Show. Sorry, I must avenge my loss there to Sheamus by handily squashing the Big Show. That was a 4-star match. Like, what? I spent his whole career doing 4-star matches easily, and yet Sheamus was 3.5. Anyhow, John Cena beats Roman Reigns in a submission match at SummerSlam. And I'm back on this whole got nothing for ya. Let's go fight the Cape Town werewolf, Justin Gabriel, who may or may not have also been the Bunny with Adam Rose. So there was that. Not Bad Bunny, the Bunny. Now then, it got weird there for a while. Now then, Shane McMahon doing an in-ring promo on Braun Strowman before Jackson Riker fought Braun Strowman. And we know that WWE loves their Photoshop stuff. We had Braun's 5th grade report card. How did Braun Strowman get a D+ in gym? Everything else, sure, but the gym score should have been an A, because he's the monster among men. Like, that was weird, but alright. So, Braun obviously easily beats Riker here because it's Braun. And he said, hey, Shane, you said any match, at Mania. So I'm picking the match. It's going to be a solid steel cage match. And it's like, yeah, that means that Riker and Elias can't interfere, obviously. But it's still a cage match, and Shane can still get out the top of the match. He can still escape the cage. And I'm like, Hell in a Cell makes more sense there. But, on the other hand, we haven't had a cage match at Mania in like 30+ years. So cool, something different for WrestleMania. But also, that means that we're probably not going to see Shane get tossed off that pirate ship, which, you know, come on now. If not Shane, then perhaps Kevin Owens. So, that match with him and Sammy does not have a stip yet. So, could happen. Could happen. Now then. The dirt sheet with Miz and Morrison. And I love when they have the dirt sheet just to hear the voice of Howard Finkel. Absolute legend. Love it. But it was the debut of their new video for Hey Hey Hop Hop. And man, did I hate this, which again is the point. Like, it was terrible, and I hated it, but Miz is a heel. So, I'm supposed to hate it. It was bad. But that brings out Bad Bunny, who punches the Miz, and yeah, sure. Fine. Was what it was. So Lashley fought Shelton. Lashley beat Shelton as he should. The New Day had game night with AJ and Omos, right? And they obviously win their game night because they're a better tag team and they're more in tune with each other, etc., etc. But then Xavier Woods fought AJ Styles and it was a DQ because of the big man on the outside causing that DQ. And we build continually toward that tag team match at WrestleMania. It's fine. Alexa Bliss had a backstage on the swing promo. Sure. The Fiend on the swing was a funny visual at the end of that. Sure. McIntyre, paranoid all night about someone taking him out. And nobody steps up to do so. Which, yeah, alright. Naomi, in a shocking upset, beat Shayna Baszler. And I'm like, wait. I think the story here is interesting. Because in any other scenario, with Shayna being a singles competitor, would beat Naomi any night of the week. With the amount of distractions, now that she is a tag team champion, tag team wrestler, means that these things can happen. So the eventual breakup of Nia and Shayna is because all this tag team stuff is distracting her from winning matches, and that story makes sense. Hopefully that's what they go with eventually. And there we go, another victory against Justin Gabriel. And again, an easy 4 stars. But I couldn't get 4 stars with Sheamus. Lame, Vicky. Lame. I am robbed of that match against Batista and Randy Orton, and I want to know who would have been my tag team partner. Ric Flair? I don't know. We'll never know. This game is not getting played again, so we'll never know. But we do have a Shawn Michaels tweet here. Only the most exciting superstars, only ones that are crazy enough, that love this business enough, will find themselves in a Hell in a Cell match. Attackslug, are you crazy enough? The Devil's Playground, the most demonic, evil, and vile structure known to man, makes it its return this month at Hell in a Cell. So now we have our truth, and that's what's up. Okay, so the most hilarious part of Raw, the best segment of Raw, was Matt Riddle backstage talking to Asuka and then forgetting what he was going to say and then rolling away. Like, he had a line there and just perhaps didn't, like, what was that? But the thing with Matt Riddle is that he's so much in that, like, stoner dude thing that could have easily been in character and not just, hey, you messed up. Because how did you let that air and not refilm it? Like, it was that live? You're in the Thunderdome. You could do these things beforehand and not have them be live. Like, that was really weird. But also, it was absolutely hilarious. And I feel like it was real because of Asuka's reaction. It seemed real. That he legit screwed up and just rolled off. And she's like, the hell? Okay. So, That was followed by the contract signing between Rhea and Asuka. And that got signed for Mania, and then afterwards, Nia and Shayna wanted to challenge them next week in a tag team match, playa, of which Asuka was knocked out on the ground, and Rhea agreed. So the usual, hey, they're fighting at Mania, how will they coexist? They did the exact same thing on SmackDown with Bianca and Sasha. Twice! So now we're doing it on Raw, because, yeah, I guess. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, main event started with Drew versus Ricochet. And then Drew beats Ricochet. I loved the 630 counter into what ended up being the Claymore. That was pretty good. And then Ali came out to fight him instead. And we had Ali versus Drew. I think that ended up in a DQ or something. I forget. But what happened here at the end was Lashley beats up McIntyre. And then for some reason, I don't know why, King Corbin from SmackDown comes out to help Lashley beat up Drew. And yeah, they had that whole 6-man tag thing like 2 years ago, I think, versus the Shield or something. I don't. There was definitely Lashley on the same side as Corbin and also McIntyre when they were all heels. Like that definitely happened. But why now? And is this part of the brand-to-brand invitational? Because there's no more wild card rule or... Look, man. Why was Corbin here? I don't want him on Raw. What's happening? What the hell? I don't know. It was all very confusing. But it happened. And that was Raw. Oh, I liked a whole lot the Claymore into the Deep Six was a great counter. Like, that was the absolute highlight there. But also, I don't want to see King Corbin on more than one show. One is enough. Seriously. But I get it. He's a heel. That's his job to not like him. But still. Get him out of here. What the hell? Okay. R-Truth. It's time to go to Slug Sploder City. And that be all she wrote for this match. Let me guess. 4 stars. I'm just putting it out there. I'm going to guess. It's 4 stars. And the usual post-match cutscene, which is weird, because Shawn Michaels said, hey, Hell in a Cell. So what's going to be the deal with Hell in a Cell? Who fights me at Hell in a Cell? Will it be Sheamus? Like, I'm not currently in a feud here, and again, 4 stars. Okay, what have you done now? The Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels is saying he is interested in your matches. What is this about? Am I fighting Shawn at Hell in a Cell? That'd be cool. But that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. See you next time. And I'm out.